Hey guys, Mike Croft here, and here's my coronavirus update. Hey guys, Mike Croft here, and so hey, have you heard the news? The world is on lockdown. Or is it? What's really being reported here? Are we getting the full side of the story? Well, hey, I've been super excited. There's a few of you on Facebook that have been posting really well and really been showing both sides of the story. And I love that. I love when I can see both sides of what's going on. But what's happening is in our media and in our news, we're really being sold one side of the story. And after talking to a few clients today, this past weekend, and seeing a few people post here, I thought, hey, it's time to get in here and talk about what's really happening. What's my coronavirus story here? What am I seeing as a result? Because here's what I'm seeing from a lot of you: fear, anxiety, overwhelm, uncertainty. And that's all valid, and I get that, but a lot of that's being fueled through stories that you're believing and through stories that you're hearing from the media. And so I thought I'd hop on here and let's just break this down quickly here and kind of really take a good look at what's really going on. Let me show you the other side. Because here's the truth: the news is better than the media is telling you. One of my favorite guys in history, his name's Earl Nightingale, and he wrote look how small this book is. You can read this book in literally 20 minutes. He wrote a quick book here, and you can find the talk on YouTube, and it's one of the most recorded talks. It's sold literally millions and millions and millions. There's a whole story there that I won't get into today. But in the book here, he goes on to say this: here is the key to success, and here is the key to failure. Ready for this? Go get a pen and paper. This is profound right here, because it's so true, but most of us don't realize this or think about this. We become what we think about. That's it, right there. Just throw the book away. As long as you know that and learn that, that's all you need to know. Let me say it again. We become what we think about. And Earl goes on to say that throughout history, the great wise men and teachers and philosophers and prophets have all disagreed with one another on many things in many areas of life. But it is in this one point that they are in complete and unanimous agreement. The key to success and the key to failure is this: we become what we think about. And so let me ask you guys, what have you been thinking about? Let's have some real talk here. What have you been thinking about? What thoughts have been going through your mind over the last 3, 4, 5, 10 days? Because I know a lot of the stories going through your mind, because I've been blessed to have conversation with you, and I hear the stories you're telling me. The problem with the stories that are going through your mind is they are not supporting you. In fact, they are causing you to live in anxiety, overwhelm, and fear. Now, let me just give you some perspective here. Think of a table for a sec. A table, 4 legs, right? Well, where you are, your mindset, your thought pattern, and where you are is the top of the table. Each leg that supports that table is a belief system. And you can have negative thoughts that support that belief system, that table, or you can have positive, liberating truths that support that belief system in that table there. Let me give you a few liberating truths around what's going on in the media right now. Now, here's one thing you have to understand about media, news stations, newspapers, all that stuff. They make their money off of advertising. And the way advertising works is if you can get more people in the seats. I used to do advertising for concerts. If you can get more people in the seats, advertisers were willing to pay more because they can, get more bang for their buck. But if you did not get butts in the seats, if you did not get people in the seats or people to watch your news story or read your newspaper, you lost advertising dollars. You made less money. And so when it comes to the news, what news do you think is selling right now? The overwhelm, oh my gosh, 39 more people. I've got the coronavirus. Oh my gosh, it's an epidemic. Here's the truth. Less than 0.00, like 1% of the population has the coronavirus. Yet the world's on lockdown. In fact, Trump kind of did this months ago when he stopped allowing flights into the U.S. That was the first indication of, something might not be right. A lot of the other governments took a long time to follow suit. So I don't think we're doing anything wrong. But what I do want to do is I want to fuel you with the right stories. I want to show you exactly what's going on here. When someone gains the benefit from the advice they're giving you, aka a media outlet, you've got to seek a second opinion. and you've got to look for the bounce on the other side. And so news outlets, they get paid through advertising. Advertisers pay a lot more when they can draw more eyes to the story. What's drawing eyes to the story right now is the coronavirus and all the negative news around it. You will not see a lot of positive news. If you do, that's great, but that's literally a small portion of what's really going on here. And I'm so grateful I have a friend here in a group that I'm following here, Jody. She posted this morning here, and here's what she said. And let me share with you the other side. She said, "Good news is everywhere, guys. Look for the stories on the other side of this and spread that. They're there if you look. If you do the research, the stories are out there, okay?" And here's what she said. "Don't forget we have tools to tackle this, and we were born ready." That's right. And she shared like 10 different news headlines, 10 different stories that are going on that aren't being shared in the media. Here's one. 75%-year-old British couple on the Princess Cruise both survived and were reunited with their dog yesterday. They used EFT, meditation, and visualization as a part of their regime there. Here's another great one. China has closed down its last coronavirus hospital. Hold on. Wait, China has they're closing down hospitals treating coronavirus? Why? Because not enough new cases to support these hospitals. That's not on the news. I didn't hear that. I just heard yesterday or 2 days ago about the 39 new cases in my area. Nothing about China closing down hospitals and how, really it all started there just a couple months ago. Now they're shutting down their hospitals. Here's another one. Doctors in India have been successful in treating the coronavirus. They've been using a combination of drugs. Now they're going to share and suggest the same medicine globally. Researchers, I'm going to say this so wrong here, but Erasmus Medical Center claimed to have found an antibody against the coronavirus. This is a great story right here that hasn't been shared because so far from what I've heard is everyone who is elderly here is, and I don't disagree, is susceptible, but here's a really cool story that I really want to empower you guys with. A 103-year-old Chinese grandmother has made full recovery from COVID-19 after being treated for 6 days in Wuhan, China, ground zero, where this all started, allegedly, where this is all started. 103-year-old. Wait, aren't all the old people dying? Didn't we just hear about someone who died who was old, and we're not too sure if it was coronavirus or not, but we're going to report on that? 103-year-old Chinese grandmother has made a full recovery from COVID-19 after being treated for 6 days in Wuhan, China. Here's another great story that hasn't been told yet, or isn't being shared, I should say. Apple reopens all 42 China stores. What, wait? Our government just put us on lockdown. Apple reopens all 42 China stores. Another liberating truth here that you want to support. Cleveland Clinic developed a COVID-19 test that gives results in hours, not days. We've been telling this is going to take days and days. No, new test coming out, hours. Good news from South Korea, where the number of new cases is declining. Maybe it's not as crazy as we think it is. New cases are declining around the world. Now, Italy has been hit hard, no doubt about that. But experts say only because they have the oldest population in Europe. Okay, there we go. There's some good news. Hey, Canadians, hey, Americans, maybe you're going to survive this. Maybe you'll be okay. Scientists in Israel likely to announce the development of a coronavirus vaccine. Cool. 3 Maryland coronavirus patients fully recovered, able to return to everyday life. That news isn't that isn't front and center headlines. I didn't hear that on the radio when they went to give me an update on the coronavirus. Here's another one. A network of Canadian scientists are making excellent progress in COVID-19 research. Okay, cool. A San Diego biotech company is developing a COVID-19 vaccine in collaboration with Duke University and National University of Singapore. Tulsa County's first positive COVID-19 case has recovered. This specific individual has had 2 negative tests, which is the indicator of recovery. Wow, people are recovering from this. All 7 patients who were getting treated for, and I'm going to totally butcher this here, for at Safandarjung Hospital in New Delhi have recovered. All 7 patients who were receiving treatment have recovered. 95% of factories in China have started work again. This is the other side of the story that we haven't heard of. And so, guys, I want you to use these stories here, because these are true stories here, and start to use these stories to support your belief system. You become what you think about. And if you think about anxiety, worry, overwhelm, day in and day out, that's what you will start to reap in your life. You live in a cause and effect world. The truth is, the stories out there are different than what you're being told. And for the rest of you guys who may still feel worried, have some overwhelm, have some anxiety, maybe you're not in step 3 where you got the fully funded emergency fund, maybe you've got some debt, you don't have the plan quite figured out yet, you're not sure what to do there. I want to invite you to to hop on a call with myself and my team here. Hop on a call and let's get you clarity around what's working, get you clarity around what's not working, and let's see how we can help you move forward. All right? The truth is, the only mistake you can make here is to not make a decision to move forward with your finances. And really, when it comes to overwhelm, anxiety, and all that stuff should not be attached to your finances, because it's not going to cause you to make the right decision. So hop on a call with my team and I here. We're here to support you. We can help you. We'll show you how. If we can't, we'll get you connected to another resource.